everyone. This is Perla Celeste Styles, and you are on tonight with a sip of fashion. I have Miss Christine Dionne from. Go
Christine
ahead, Christine.
Dionne, luxury, curvy life and style brand.
It's so long for me, guys, that I didn't want to mess it up. That's why I made her say,
No,
okay,
it's
it's
fine, Perla.
luxury, curvy life and style brand. There you go, Christine
Yes.
Dionne. I am so excited to finally. This is a 2 month in the making interview that I've been wanting to do with you. I finally got all my glitches
Yeah.
fixed, and I finally have you on. So I'm
But
excited.
we love
Thank
you.
you so
I
very
love you.
much. I love you too. Thank you so very much for being on with me tonight. Now, okay, all right. How do we start this? How do we start this? Um, what made you want to become a designer? Let's start there. I like that one.
Being plus size, really and truly, just being plus size. I've always had issues with finding clothes that I like. Don't get me wrong, there were clothes out there. We can't say that they didn't make clothes for us, but did they make them beautiful? No. So that was my issue. I come from a very stylish
Hi,
family.
Leola.
Sorry? Oh, I come from a very stylish family, a lot of women, and we like to dress, we like to look good, and that's where that came from. Being a single mom, having to buy clothes, not finding what I wanted to wear, and I decided to start to make it. Not to mention
Now,
I draw, so that was kind of it helped.
okay, okay. So have you always drawn as a
Yes,
child? Were you always sort of
yes,
designing? So you've
yeah. I
been
was
working on this path.
actually I didn't draw clothes when I was a child. I used to draw anything. I used to,
Got it.
yeah, I was always sketching and drawing. That was something that I did as a child all the time.
Okay. So were you, I mean, I don't consider you um overweight. In my book, I don't consider you overweight. But what size are you like now, or what size were you when you said I'm gonna start doing this for myself?
Well, my size always stayed this size. When you're young, you get bigger once you grow older. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I always been in the 14 to 18 range as I grew up, and
So
now
that's
that I'm
definitely plus size.
right. So
Right.
right, I can't go into the store anybody else go into. I couldn't go into I had to find a store that actually carried that size. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and me being the age I am now, I wear like a 16, 17. Because my him is 17. I'm sorry, 18. My bust. I have bust and hips. So yeah, I have to go for the sizes that's gonna be able to hold those parts in.
Right. So the Christine Dion line exactly emerged how long in the making? How long has it been?
Oh gosh. Um, I've thought of doing before it was even Christine Dionne, it had another name. And like I
Okay.
said, I was a single parent before I got married. I'm single now, but before I got married, I was a single parent. So I would dream of that. But money was tight. So I couldn't do anything about it. And then after I got married and I moved to Atlanta and started getting into the hype of everything, that's when I started to do that. And that was around 2006. And I was
Okay.
able to go into that, to go into the
Okay. So
business.
where are you originally from?
Oh, I'm from the Bronx, New York, boogie down in the house. My
Okay.
family's
Okay.
Jamaican. We're all Jamaican.
Okay. Also,
So
yeah, those are some dressing folks. Absolutely.
yeah, I don't know nothing else but the Jamaican life. I don't know nothing else but that.
Okay. Okay. Well, talk to me a little bit right now where your line is.
Well, right now we're in the branding stages. I've
Mhm.
I figured out my market. I figured out where I want to go with it. I figured out what the people that what they're looking for, and it, you know, in my
Okay, so
market,
share with us. What do you mean by that?
meaning like it takes about a good 2 to 3 years to do some research and really corner your niche. And I feel like I've cornered my niche, and know what my niche is looking for. So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm at now, where I'm starting the branding part of it, where I'm coming out there and I'm adding other parts to my business. Like say for instance, I do luxury clothes for curvy luxury women. And then now I want to go into a lifestyle of this. So I want to be able to show people how plus size really live, how we engage, how it's kind of like a little. I think you and I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of like a little unit, you know, that we have as plus size women. We have a unit
You
where,
mean like we were referring to in town anyway,
yeah,
like here, our South Florida area.
yes. So we have a unit and we have to cater to that unit. And I know my niche in that unit.
Okay, so
So
let me ask you this. Now, when you define curvy, luxury curvy and style brand, are you saying that's two different parts? Are you saying it'd be like ready to wear and then couture?
well actually it's more luxury, it's more couture luxury, and if I could say it like resort, like yacht, like
Okay,
hot fashion, but it's you could ready to wear it, but it's couture. You know,
okay,
it's all sketched, it's all handmade, fabric is all picked out. And that's another thing that I'm delving into is textiles. I want my own fabric. I want to design my own fabric. Like I said, I
Oh
sketch.
wow, that's phenomenal.
That's what I'm getting into right now. I'm really not into the fashion shows anymore. I did all of that. I'm
Huh?
into, yeah, no, but don't Perla, you know you my girl. I'm into the photo
Oh,
shoots
you know
now.
that's the only little thing I like to get into once in a while, and
But
do a little fashion show here
but
and
I'm
there.
not done completely. I'm not done completely. You see, I like more intimate. I'm doing more intimate, because it's luxury, and with luxury, you have to be more intimate. You have to know how to really embrace that person's curves. Because I'm sewing this for you. I got to measure it to the T. You can't go any in Ashley Stewart or anywhere else to go buy it at
Right,
all. It's not. You know, I might make certain sizes, but that's really it. You know, and
right.
I'm not looking for the fame. I'm looking for plus size lifestyle coming to life in this world. I don't think we're alive all the way. You know, we're still having issues.
We still have a long way to go. I
Yeah, still
completely
having
agree.
issues.
Completely agree. It's funny you should mention textiles because today I had a really busy day with my regular work, but I found some time in there to stop at the Miami Fashion Institute,
We were
the
talking about
Miami
that.
Dade in Miami Dade College, and there was a
Hmm.
young lady, and I don't want to mispronounce her name. She was a Project Runway finalist.
That's it.
I don't
Hmm.
remember what season, but her last name was La Bazière,
Hmm.
Haitian background, the young lady, and she was,
Nice.
talking about her her um her brand and how she got. There was like a Q&A with the art students, with the fashion students, and it was just an hour and a half. And I met a young lady there who does textiles, so I definitely have to give you that number. And I want to share that
Yeah, please.
with everyone in another segment that I'll do
Yeah.
about the school and being a fashion student and what it takes if there's some of you that might be interested in that. I'm trying to see. Kelly, is there a website? Kelly, what website regarding what? I'm so sorry. We kept on talking that I wasn't focusing on the questions.
I know, right?
Oh, for Christine. Okay, yes, it has to be for you.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, did I really put it?
www.christinedionne.com.
There we go. Yes, absolutely. She has some. Now all those designs from the website. Do you have your new stuff in there? Because I
No,
know you were
not
doing like a sale of everything that was in there like a month
yet.
ago.
I'm doing it. I'm still selling. So if you guys
Okay.
want to go in there, everything is it should be about 50% off. I'm not really sure right now. You could go in there and look and see what's on there. But yes, I'm gearing up to get those out of there so I could put more in there. But I do
Okay.
have a show that's coming up. So Pearl, I'm not all the way done with shows.
Okay. Tell me about your show. When is
Yeah. Well, it's in
your new
October.
line coming?
It's in October. It's with the Harrells, for Harrell's
Okay.
Fine Fashion, and that's where my clothes are located. I just want to say that real quick. That's at in Lauderhill, Harrell's Fine Fashions. As a matter of fact, that's a male boutique. So I think that's so awesome that he does that. That he offers, women clothes there and plus size clothes. So yeah,
Right. You
that's
told me the story. You told me the story. The men would go in there with their wives
yes.
and help the men suit up.
And then the women want to dress, they're going to a big event. They want to kind of not all the way match, but they want to look for something that complements their man while they're going out. So Mr. Harrell and Leola, they talked to me about it, and I thought it was a perfect fit, and I love them, and they love me. So yeah,
I think it
but
definitely is. Absolutely.
I think that's so awesome that he does that. That both of them do that. But back to the question about the show. We're having a
Yes.
show October. I'm not sure exactly when the date is, but it is October, and we're collaborating together, the Harrells with the male fashion and Christine Dionne. So
Okay.
yes, I do fashion shows, but I don't. I just do it for me. Pearlie, you were in the last one, so I
Mhm.
just do it for me. And
Meaning
that's
you want the pictures. These are pictures you're using on your website, etc.
exactly right.
Right. I understand.
hmm
I understand.
So that's
All
where
right.
I'm.
So let me ask you.
Here's your drink,
These are
Perla.
just like. I'm sorry.
Here's your drink. I ain't the only one
Oh,
drinking.
I'm sipping on something. I'm sipping on something, but it's actually tea, so I can
Oh,
clear this deep voice of mine. Get my words out correctly. Hold on.
well, salute, baby.
Salud. Um, if there was a fashion era that you would like to that you'd like to travel to back in time, which one will it be?
I
Would it
have a
be?
I have a couple. I love the 70s. I love the 50s. I love the
Okay, so
50s.
the 50s are like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
they
the
were
poodle
more
skirts and the jackets.
no,
The
not that way. More of a Stepford wife kind of look.
Okay, I get that.
Because
I
I
get that.
like, and the reason why I say that is because of the cuts of the clothing, meaning like the skirts were right at the bottom of your knee. They were ladylike clothing.
Right.
You know, even though they might have been close fitting, you still had to stand up straight. Your clothes were
They're
measured
like nice and
correct.
tapered. Right.
It was more nice and tapered
Wiggle
and
skirts,
yeah,
says
you
Kelly
look
Dawn. That's what 50s wiggle skirts. Yeah.
yeah, you looked clean, and I like that. I think we don't have that kind of look either, a plus size. I don't think we look smooth and clean. Um, I think that the materials that are being used doesn't complement us completely when they're making
Understood.
clothes. So
Understood.
it doesn't smooth us out. It doesn't make us look refined, and that's what I want us to look. That's where I say luxury is the
Is that
refinement.
something you're going to be looking into?
Yes, that's what I look into.
Okay. Okay.
And then the 70s,
Um,
I like
in the
this.
70s.
Yeah, I like it because it's free. It's I love the how can I say it? I don't want to use the word Black Panther, but that type of movement. I love that.
Okay.
I love that
So
type
you
of
love the froze. You love that
yeah,
sort of release that the women did, kind of
yeah,
the
Pam
feminist
Grier.
movement.
Yeah, that
Right.
Pam
Now,
Grier
when I
look.
think of the 70s, I think of shiny balls and shiny wardrobe and
I was
everything
about to
shiny and
say that. I like that.
platforms.
I like that look
Platinum
also.
shoes.
And
I
I
didn't
don't
really
like
like the
I
70s.
don't like
Not
no
even the
platinum.
music.
I don't like no platinum shoes, but yeah, I feel you. But more on the sophisticated side.
Okay.
More on the
Like I'm thinking
sophisticated.
some
So like,
fur Diana Ross
yes,
fur that
exactly.
stuff. I see that. Okay.
Exactly.
So if you could choose a celebrity closet that you could
Mm.
walk into and look into and like admire it,
Wow.
whose would it be?
Wow, a celebrity's closet. I always dream about
Or
dressing them.
shop into?
Hmm?
Dressing. Okay, either one. You
I
could you
always
could
dream
dress
about
them.
dressing them. The ones that the plus size, I want to dress plus size. Um,
Okay.
I'm really, a lot of slim girls always ask me, but I'm just into the plus size. I really adore us.
Okay.
So my plus size women that I would love, celebrities that I would love to dress. I can't really say I'll go in their closet because I want to dress them, but I would love to do like a I like Jill Scott. I
You took that
like
words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, I like her. I
Yeah.
like actually there's a radio talk show host that I like that's from Florida. I like Jill Tracy.
Oh, I
She
know
used
her.
to have her own clothing line. Nobody don't really know that. That's back in the day stuff. Um, there's a lot of I would love to do all those newscasters, things like that. So I don't. That's about it.
So someone's asking me what's my favorite fashion time period, and I kind of like the Roaring Twenties. I kind of like that. I like the flapper
Oh, the
dresses. I
shake
love all the
in the
the adorned hats and pieces. And I was able to experience. I once did a Halloween costume as a flapper, and recently I did a show. With and then I was able to do the little
yeah.
feather and all that. So I've been able to sort of live it a little bit. So that's mine. The night, like the 20s.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
personal one.
cool. I love the 22. That was a lot of sophistication.
That's absolutely. I want to do like a Great Gatsby, maybe for my 50th birthday or something like that. A nice Great Gatsby birthday party. Doesn't
Yeah,
that
that's a
sound
lot
cool?
of sophistication.
Absolutely. Um. So, other than okay, how do you think the fashion industry could improve? Other than what you're doing for it, obviously, to help us, with your,
Well,
with your brand, but
I think the fashion industry is a little bit too critical. I think they are not open to realness. What I mean by that is like when you see it, for instance, a fashion show. I mean, those aren't real size people, everyday people, and that's that's what I'm looking for. Somebody that I could see that looks like me or looks like even a real size 10, or 8 or 7. Like that's what is lacking. To me, it has a lot of fame, a lot of but they're not really being stylish. They're not being chic. They're not being original, you know?
right. Well, even with some of the plus size clothing, you'll see it on the model, and then when you put it on, I love some bloggers that have actually, done those
Yeah,
side by
I
side,
love to
and
see
you see
that.
the model, and then you see what it really looks like on, and
That's
they'll
my
even
point.
they've tried it on even different sizes, and you see what will pop out here or pop out there on
That's my
different ways.
point.
So yeah, I know, I understand that. That's true.
There's no realness
Um,
in it.
that's true. You got to see some jiggle, right?
Yeah, I
Some
want to
cellulite, some jiggle, some stretch marks.
see
Um, so we talked about a fashion icon that you'd like to maybe style. How about like who's your favorite?
well, she's not plus size. Oh, my fashion
Okay.
icon? Oh,
Yes.
Chanel. Oh no,
Chanel.
that's mine. I read her book, that's out there, and I watched her story. That is my girl. And the reason I like her is because she did it by herself. She started out making hats, and I love hats.
Okay.
And she started out making hats, and she started in a small area, and she just made Chanel as it is now today. And she was the only tailor woman of that era in France.
In the
So
all male industry.
right, because she's making hats, and
Right.
so it was real challenging, and I gravitated to that. I gravitated to her story, and like I said, I gravitated to it because I was single, and I wanted to make clothes, and I really didn't know where to start from, and I thought I needed to start from clothes, and you really don't. You could start by making
No.
anything, and
Right. That's true.
and that's what she did, and that inspired me. Really, it does. I love her. And I like oh God, Iris Apfel.
You,
The
yes, me too.
Yes, with the big eye. I love her, and I love her because she is just so free, and she is like 80 years old, and she's
She's
just
like
like
90, girl.
right, and she's just like 190. She's just like fly as hell. That chick is one
Right.
fat ass chick. I'm sorry.
She mixes colors, patterns.
She's
Yeah,
a
she's
fly.
lovely.
Yeah,
She's lovely.
I just
She's
love
lovely.
her.
If I have 1 ounce of her style, 50
Exactly.
years from now,
I don't
I'll
even
be a
have
happy
her
woman.
style when I make clothes.
Huh?
I don't even have an ounce of her style when I make clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If I in the next 50 years, if I've acquired any of that, I'll be a happy woman. I'll be a happy
Yeah.
woman. Let me
I
ask you, what trends are you loving right now?
um I'm loving the trends of the what do you call it? Like the Knickerbocker. They're okay. Okay, I'm old school, y'all. Sorry. Y'all might not say Knickerbocker.
Knickerbocker. Oh, are those like crop pants? What are, I don't. I'm
Yeah,
my
when they
knickerbocker.
got the and you button them on.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
knew. I see. We're from the same era. Then
Yeah,
I
we're
kind of
like
knew
the
what you were
same
talking
era,
about.
right? I like
Okay.
the Knickerbockers, and I like the 3/4 length pants that they're wearing now. The 3/4 length long dresses, things like that.
Okay.
I'm kind of over the capes and all that stuff. I think
I never got one. I feel like I missed that
oh,
shit. I never
right.
got one, and I wanted some so
Let it
bad.
keep going. Let it
You were
keep
done
going.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? I'm mad though because I never got one. Not even like the long dress or the thing that did the sleeve. You
You
know
want me
that
to
it
make
kind
you
of
one?
just it was like the open sleeve,
You
huh?
want me to make you one? You could
Nah,
do a
it's,
jacket.
I want to try to stay in style. I want to try to stay in style. I know it's almost out, so forget it. I'm done. Okay, so you already told me which one you would want to make disappear. You're done with the capes. Okay, we
Yeah, I'm
got
done with
that
it.
out the way.
I never even made one.
You never made one?
No, I didn't feel like I'm like this when I seen them coming out, they were so dramatic and that I knew everybody was gonna start wearing them because they were just so
Right.
dramatic that they
Well,
had to make them.
right. What would you say to a designer that's up and coming right now with the 9 years now that you're, you know, 9? Am I adding that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually bought my corporation 3 years ago.
Okay. So you
I
finally formed it.
incorporated 3 years
So
ago.
what would you say to someone that's up and coming now or that's looking, to where you were? Like what would you tell them to do? What would be the first thing that you would say they should do or, just or an advice that you could give?
You know what? It's cliche to be like, oh, focus and follow your dreams and all that stuff. That's all good to hear, but you really need cash. That's just the bottom line. You need money, and you have to know what it is you're doing. You have to know the business. You have to know how to price. You need to do your research.
Right.
You tend to lose money if you don't know what you're doing. You'll tend
Okay.
to lose
That's
off
fair.
if you don't know what you're doing. So you need to go to some type of school. You don't have to necessarily know how to sew. You don't necessarily have to know how to draw. You necessarily need to know what the business is about so that you could be able to
I'm
find.
sorry.
Go ahead.
You say that you do need to know what the business is.
Yes, you have
Right.
to research this
That
business.
part, that part you need to know. So
Yes,
some
that's the most important. Cash flow
that's
and the business. If you don't know, you can have the cash flow and you could lose all your money because you do not know the business. You
that's
have to
true.
know your market and you have to test out your market. That's what I could give people.
Okay. So what would you say to the 16-year-old Christine Dionne if you could go back?
Oh gosh. The 16-year-old Christine Dionne, I would tell her to go to design school and do it that way. That's what I would.
Okay. Do it that way.
Yeah, do it that way. The other way is harder. The way
Right.
I went is harder. It's not
So
impossible, but it's a
no.
little harder. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't have too much guidance. When you go to school, that's where you get your guidance. You know where to go to do what you need to do.
So I would say sort of a like kind of to another cliche, follow your dreams, but more like trust your gut, because I know you and I have that conversation about um support, not just with family members. And I
Yes.
know, for example, I mean, growing up, my mother used to tell me, "Oh, you're not good for that. You're good for this."
Yeah.
I would say things
Like
that I would be interested in, and she'd already put an X on it.
yeah.
So I mean, for me, that's something that I would say is like trust your gut
Yeah.
and believe in yourself.
You have to.
You could go and give advice, get advice, but even your own, unfortunately, your own family, they set their own bar for you for what they think
Right.
you you could do. So
Exactly.
I think that's something that I could say. I mean, in this same realm, you know,
Yeah, for the 16 year old.
even today, I'm sorry, in the class that I saw, the young lady answered this question, and it was more like you know to find some mentoring, follow someone in the career that you want to do. If it's fashion and styling, you know,
You have
go
to.
and shadow somebody. I'm a believer in giving your time for free, that it will pay
I,
off. Look,
I have a mentor right now.
yeah,
I
I
have
know.
mentors.
Really, that's good. That's good. I feel like I'm kind of too old to get one, but I wish that someone would
No,
take me under their wing. I want to ask someone, can you please, but I feel like I'm like
no, you're not.
um,
I have mentors now that's now teaching me how to make patterns, so I don't have to go out there and pay for that.
right.
And
No, that's good.
they believe in what I'm doing. They love my designs and they see that I could. So yeah, you could get mentors at any age. I
That's
think
true.
I think that's
So
perfect.
that's an advice that I would definitely give. And again, sometimes people like, oh, they're not paying me, but you know what? There's things that you learn
Well,
when you're doing it for free, even
you
more.
have to pay.
You say it one more time.
You have to pay your dues. That's what I
Right.
call when you do things for free. Pay your dues
I
to the
agree.
principals.
You're never too old for a mentor. That's true. No, I agree. I
Mm-mm.
agree. Mentor me. You're already my mentor, Nikki.
I'll mentor you.
Yeah,
You mentor
Lakeisha was saying that you're never too old for a mentor, and it's true. That is true.
people.
Well, that would be an advice that I would definitely give. That's an advice that I would definitely give, even if I would go back. If I would
Yeah,
go back, that would be something definitely that I would
that's a
say.
great advice.
Right.
That's a great
So I
advice.
have some quick little rapid fire questions just to sort of wrap it up and keep it light.
Oh Lord.
Um, Nah, this is not. There's no wrong or right. Vintage or new?
Oh, vintage all the time.
Diamonds or pearls?
Diamonds, come on.
Leather or lace?
Leather, hello.
Silver or gold?
Uh, gold.
Uptown or downtown?
Hey! Uptown.
Oh, fancy, huh? Okay. Hey, that's how we get the luxury style. Leather or polka dot?
I don't like no polka dot.
What? How dare you? How dare you? That is my favorite. I am gonna find, it came up in my history. A picture of me with my brother and a few of my friends wearing a
I've
polka
seen
dot
you in polka
dress.
dot more than one time.
Huh?
I've seen you in polka dot more than one time.
Oh yeah, I have a few items. And I have a little jumpsuit that I'm wearing. I'm 15 in that picture. I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah, I want
I'm
to
gonna
see
look for
it.
it.
I want to see the
I got
jumpsuit. I want
I
to see.
look I'm gonna look for it. No, it actually came up in my history yesterday. And
I
I was
might.
like, I
I might
already
could make it
posted
over for
that.
you.
Say it again?
I might could make it over for you.
Not no damn overalls, girl. I can't do that anymore. Long or mini?
Oh God, mini,
Quick fire, quick
mini,
fire.
mini, 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 mini.
Boot cut or skinny?
Say it one more time.
Boot cut or skinny?
Oh, skinny.
Jeans.
Yeah,
White or black?
white.
Jumpsuit or romper?
I don't like no romper. Jumpsuit all the
Jump
time. Hmm.
stripes or florals?
Stripes,
Loose or tight?
fitted.
Heels or flats?
Heels all day.
Solids or prints?
It depends.
Naked or dressed?
Oh, naked.
All right. It's been fun, Christine. I'm sure we'll speak again. I want to interview you closer to your show date.
Yeah, please.
Maybe when you have the looks, we could go to Harrell's and you could show me what you have,
Yes,
what
that'll
it's
be
going to look like in the
perfect.
runway. Thank you so very much for being my guest tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank
Have a very good
you.
night. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Again, one more
Thank
time,
you.
your social media.
Yes, www.christinedionne.com. I'm also on Facebook, Christine Dionne. I'm on Instagram at Christine Dionne Style of Life.
Okay, guys. Now you know where you can find her. Y'all have a good night. Bye
Good
bye.
night. Thank you, Curve
All
Media.
right. Bye bye, honey. Good night.
Good night.